Good morning. This is the first federal show.
Things change over time, but one thing has stayed consistent. Celebrating 30 years on the air on WROI is the first federal program. Hosts may have changed, but the program is still the same. Now continuing a long-standing tradition, streaming on the First Federal Facebook page and on WROI. It's time for the First Federal program.
And good morning. It is time for the First Federal program here on a Giant FM as we welcome Tanner to the program. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Randy. How we doing?
Doing great. It's another Friday, so gotta enjoy that.
Yeah.
Our no, it is the last Friday of the month.
It is, isn't it? November next Friday.
Next Friday's November. Where did October go?
Well, the weather hasn't got the hint that it's October, which I'm fine with.
Yes.
It's been a warm October.
Yeah.
So a little
I'm
rain.
sure it'll change in November.
Probably.
Yes.
It might even be a little cold coming up soon. I think we got a cold front coming out.
We'll work through that, right?
But yeah.
We're not complaining about the weather.
No, I'm not going to complain. But we got a whole room full this morning.
We have a full house this morning.
We got IHS girls golf coach Chad Thomas and the 5 lady zebra golfers that qualified and played in the state earlier this month. So going to be excited to get them on the program here in a couple minutes and talk about their season.
Can't wait to hear from them.
So I brought a trivia question with me this morning.
And I'm going to guess it's around golf.
It is around golf.
I'm starting to figure you out here, Tanner.
I know. I'm not too hard to figure out already. It's related to Indiana High School girls golf.
Okay.
So I want to know what high school has the most IHSAA girls golf state championships.
Well, I got one that comes right to my mind, so we'll see if it's in your choices.
Yeah, and I'll give you 4 guesses, and you can guess at the end of the show. Is it Evansville North? Is it Martinsville? Is it Penn? Or is it Carmel? Was one of those 4 the ones you're thinking?
All right, so
You guys know?
We'll take a guess at the end of the show.
See who's good, right?
Yeah.
I got challengers this week, though. They're probably a little smarter about that than I am.
Maybe. Speaking of, we got a lot of sports to go over today. On the high school end, we got cross-country regionals going tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got football going tonight. For cross-country regionals tomorrow, I want to give congratulations and a good luck to a couple of local area runners, Allison Calloway and Leandro Javier from Rochester High School, Bailey Broussard, Christopher Marquez, and Isaac Whetstone from Tippecanoe Valley, and Lexi Gibson from Argos.
Yeah,
All 6 qualified for regionals.
Awesome. That's great.
Yes. And then sectional football starts tonight. Rochester hosts Elwood.
Yep.
Rochester's 7-2. Elwood's 1-8, but now it's postseason play, so
Yeah. Both teams are 0-0.
wipe the records clean. New season.
Yeah. I got to play to live on this week.
Yep. What time's pregame?
6:35.
6:35 right here on WROI. Tippecanoe Valley finished their regular season 6-3. They also host a home game tonight. They face Woodland, who is 5-4.
Could be a good game.
Caston finished their season 2-7. They host Pioneer, who's 6-3. And Culver finished their season 1-8. They get a rematch of the team they just played last week, but they host them this week.
That's right. Don't have to
Instead
go
of going on the road. They face South Central, who's 2-7. And Winnemac hosts Taylor. Winnemac finished out with a record of 4-4, and Taylor 4-5. So all the local teams hosting games. Nobody on the road
like
this
that.
week. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. A little home cooking, huh? College football got a couple in-state teams in action, and one team that desperately needed a bye, on bye this week. That'd be my Boilermakers, who are 1-6, and count down the days, hours, and minutes till the football season's over.
Time for basketball.
Basketball scrimmage this weekend against Creighton. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
But Purdue has a bye. Indiana, ranked 13th now, 7-0. They host Washington, who's 4-3.
How painful is that for you?
This hasn't been the most enjoyable college football season for me. Let's put it
I
that
kind
way.
of just enjoy it, Chad, to be honest.
You got Indiana 7-0.
Ranked higher than Alabama.
You got Notre Dame 6-1. Illinois winning games.
You haven't slept much, have
I
you?
know I haven't.
College game day.
College game day is going to be in Bloomington tomorrow.
Tears huge for me.
At that, Indiana's 6.5-point favorites on that one, and that's at noon on Big Ten Network. Notre Dame's ranked 12th in the polls. They're 6-1. They are at, I'm going to say that in parentheses, I'll call it a neutral game since it's at MetLife Stadium. They're at number 24 Navy, who's 6-0. Notre Dame is 14-point favorites.
Really?
That game's at noon on ABC.
I figured it'd be a little closer.
Yeah, it
Navy
was.
playing well.
It
this
was
year.
11.5 yesterday, and it jumped
Okay.
up to 14. So I don't know what
I was
caused
gonna
it
say,
to
what-
go
what-
up
yeah.
2.5
There's
points
something there.
from yesterday. But yeah, if you would have told me at the start of the year Navy was going to be 6-0, Army was going to be 6-0, Indiana was going to be 7-0, Vanderbilt was going to be ranked, I wouldn't have believed you. But
You'd
here
have
we
put
are.
a dollar on it. Look how much
Here
money
we
you
are.
made.
It's college football in 2024. So, and Ball State's 2-5. They host Northern Illinois, who's 4-3. Northern Illinois is 11.5-point favorites. That game's at 3:30 tomorrow on ESPN Plus. So.
Busy afternoon.
Yep. And NFL side of things, the Bears back in action after a bye week. This week they're 4-2. They're at the Washington Commanders on Sunday at 4:25 on CBS. The Bears are 3-point favorites though, so it doesn't look like rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels will probably play for the Commanders.
No, last I heard, yeah, he was.
Which is
gonna
a
be out,
bummer.
so.
Caleb Williams or
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is going to be a fun
Good
matchup, but that should be a good game. And the Colts got a much needed win last week against the Dolphins.
How? I don't know.
Helps when the Dolphins are third string quarterbacks in, but a win's
True.
a win. Colts are 4-3. They travel down to play the Houston Texans, who are 5-2, I believe. I wrote their record down wrong on there. Texans are 5-point favorites. That game's at 1 o'clock on CBS, and also right here.
Right here, noon for the pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff.
Just put your TV on, mute it, set it to the radio.
There
That's
you
the way
go.
to do it. So. In baseball world, we know the World Series, it's set, and I was right last Friday in my prediction,
You are.
thankfully. The Yankees-Dodgers, game 1 starts tonight at 8:08 in Los Angeles, and that game's on Fox.
Okay.
So the MLB got what they wanted. Big
Yeah.
time ratings, I think, coming with this one, with 2 huge market teams, 2 superstar players, well, there's probably 4 or 5 superstar
Yeah.
players in the series, and 2 teams that have a rich history, and but haven't been in the World Series since 1981. So.
I was listening to Colin Coward and some of those guys on our sister station in Kokomo, and they said if it's a short series, it favors the Dodgers, but if it goes 7, New York.
Yep. So I think, of course, I'm a Yankee fan, so I'm predicting Yankees at 7.
Yeah.
But I think the MLB wants it at least to go to 6. Stretch it out as long as
And
they
they
can.
usually would get what they want somehow.
Usually. So it should be an entertaining series. Got some tidbits here this morning. On this day in 1960, the first electronic wristwatch was placed for sale.
Really? Interesting.
On this day in 1978, Halloween was released, the movie, the original one. I think there's been 12 or 13 since. But yeah, this was the original one, directed by John Carpenter with Jamie Lee Curtis in it. On this day in 2001, Microsoft released Windows XP for retail sale.
Wow. That's crazy.
And on this day in 2010, Speak Now, the 3rd studio album by Taylor Swift, was released. Any Taylor Swift fans in here?
A few smiles.
Few
They're
smiles,
not
all right,
admitting
all right,
to it,
all
but
right. I threw that in just for them. I thought
Yeah.
maybe somebody would be, but all right. I got some national days here and world days and all that. Today's Global Champagne Day. It's Frankenstein Friday. National Breadstick Day. That's a good one. So I'm sure
that
there's
is a
some
good one.
restaurants doing some deals with breadsticks, probably all you can eat or something. Nevada Day. Punk for a Day Day. That means punk as in rock band, you know, a punk rock band. National I Care About You Day. World Lemur Day. World Opera Day. National Greasy Foods Day. World Pasta Day. See, there you go. World Pasta Day, National Breadstick Day.
Yeah, goes
That goes
perfect.
hand in hand. And International Artists Day and Sourest Day. So if you're a sour candy fan,
There you go.
give yourself a reason to eat sour
Sour
candy.
Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids. There you go. They're sour and sweet, right? Upcoming events. Rochester got a big event going on this afternoon. Boo Fest.
Get your costumes ready.
That's from 4 to 6:30, presented by the Rochester Downtown Partnership. And I know there'll be a lot of businesses out and having candy for the kids, so
Line up at American Legion. We're here at the park at 9th and Main. And
there you
gotta
go.
go each direction on
Will
Main
you
Street.
be handing out candy today?
I will not be, unfortunately.
Somebody will be?
There's
Maybe?
maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I gotta get ready for the film.
That's right. I'll do that right after I ask. But
We
fun
might
event.
gotta find somebody.
Fun event that they've been doing for years and
Yeah.
keeps growing and growing every year.
Yes.
So thank you to the Rochester Downtown Partnership and all the volunteers and all the workers that put that event on. Well, First Federal today we're open from 8:30 till 5 and tomorrow from 8:30 to noon. If you can't make it into one of our lobbies during the banking hours, it's all right. You can always bank with us online and with our mobile app which is free to download. Whether you have an Android device or Apple device, just type in First Federal Savings Bank or FFSB Rochester. You can find either way, and then the App Store there. And our ATM's open 24/7 as well if you need some cash. We offer Simply Free checking accounts and Simply Free business checking accounts. When you open up a new checking account, you get a free gift, which I forgot the new gift to bring in this
It would have
morning.
been comfortable this morning.
It would have been. It's a nice massage neck pillow. So I'll bring it in next week.
Okay.
I'll set myself a reminder.
Todd, send him an email.
Yep, send myself a reminder. Come in, we'd love to get you set up with new accounts. And if you want that gift really bad and you're like, I don't want to open up another account, well, you can get it through our friend program. So when your friend comes in and opens up a gift, they get a gift, or opens up an account, they get a gift for opening up the account, and you get one for just referring them.
There you go.
You can do that in person or online. So
Cool.
a couple different ways you can get it. Contact Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson at our Rochester branch to get pre-approved today for a mortgage loan and see how we can help you and your family with mortgage lending needs. We're hoping to have them on as our guests before the end of the year. We offer commercial lending for businesses as well. Contact Zach Reuter for more information on what we can offer you there. His direct line is 574-223-1731. And if you're thinking about planning for retirement, want to get a 401k started, roll one over, check on your 401k IRAs, maybe getting a 529 college savings plan started for somebody in your family, contact Mark Blubel or Brian Bell or our financial services department, and they'd be happy to help you. Their direct line is 574-223-1705. And Brian Bell's going to be our guest next week.
Oh, cool.
And stay up to date with the latest going on at First Federal Savings Bank by liking us on Facebook, following us on X and Instagram at FF Banking is our handle on those two. Like us on LinkedIn and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you can see an archive of the First Federal radio shows dating back to 2018. We're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Ours must meet underwriting guidelines. We're FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 399927.
Now we're official.
That makes us legal and ready for the fun part of the show,
Yes.
which is going to welcome Rochester High School Lady Girls Zebra Golf Coach Chad Thomas and the 5 ladies that participated in the IHSAA Girls Golf State Finals earlier this month. Good morning. Thanks for joining me. And can each of you ladies step up and introduce yourself real quick?
Hi, I'm Ava Thomas. I'm Olivia Bailey. Hi, I'm Laynie Migonis.
Hi, I'm Molly Moore. Hi, I'm Alexis Haughs.
Well, thank you, ladies, for joining me this morning. And first off, congratulations on a memorable season and historic season, making the state championship. And Coach, I guess the first question I got for you is, what was different this time going to state than in previous years? Because you've been there 10 times overall, between being the boys coach and the girls coach and individuals and team appearances.
I'd say this season, going back to last season, we were one shot away from making it as a team, and we had just one graduate, and we were getting a very talented 8th grader coming in with Molly, and so I think everybody knew in the back of their mind that this was a real possibility to get there as a team. I didn't talk about it much because I didn't want them to be thinking about it the whole time, but I know they were probably thinking about it a lot throughout the season and off season. And I know it was a big goal for them. Olivia and Ava got there as individuals last year, and they, it was a good learning experience. But to get everybody down there as a team was a huge accomplishment, a huge goal, and something that we're very, very proud of. So yeah, that was probably the biggest difference. First time I made it with the girls team, I remember we were kind of shocked and surprised, and then the following year we kind of expected, hey, we got a shot again. I can still remember the first boys team and with Kevin and Kevin Hoff, Luke Smith, Mark Statler, Mason, Heidi, and stuff. And I still remember to this day Luke Smith's reaction when he found out. He knew before I did, and I was trying to get Kevin in the house, but that's something I'll never forget. And with the girls this year. It was quite a roller coaster ride. We didn't play great, and we were third place after we were done, but we had to wait on Penn, and their scores, kept coming in, and we were like, oh wait, we got a shot here, and so it was a roller coaster of emotions, and finally to do it was pretty cool. So.
Well, ladies, what was your favorite part of the season, most memorable thing?
Mine was probably at the end of regionals when we were all waiting together, seeing those last scores come in from Penn. We were all like super on edge, and it was really fun.
Don't we back
Anybody
step
else?
on up?
Mine was probably like the same thing, or getting food before practice every day. We also DoorDashed that stadium. It was really good too.
Now I gotta ask, where did you guys DoorDash at?
We DoorDashed to our hotel, and we got crumble cookie and steak and shake.
All right.
And then Molly also got.
I promise I fed him after practice. I swear I got him food.
My favorite memory was probably winning the first tournament of the year, which obviously was the first tournament of my freshman year.
My favorite memory was probably everybody like waiting at the end of regionals, because there was a battle where we did not think we were gonna make it out, and then we realized the last score that had to come in had to be 79 or worse, and it was 79, so that was really fun to
Right
watch.
on the dot.
Yeah.
My favorite memory is when me and Laynie played together, and it was like my first time ever breaking 90. And the whole time she was not being very positive, and she would yell at me because I was being positive. So I think that's my favorite memory.
It just to speak on some of your guys' accomplishments, aside from just making state, tied the 9-hole school record with a round of 153. Made the new 18-hole school record with 317. Kankakee Valley Invite champs, Rochester High School Invite champs, Three Rivers Conference champs, sectional champs, of course state qualifiers, and then Olivia Bailey for the second straight year regional medalist. So very, very good accomplishments there. What was the favorite golf course you guys played? You can't say Rochester. That's
Mine was probably Sandy Pines.
Sandy Pines. I like that one.
Mine was the state course.
Mine was also the state course.
I'd say mine had to be Sandy Pines, even though it was playing kind of difficult at regionals. Mine was probably Kankakee Valley, because it was easier.
And would you say some of those courses you named were the hardest courses you played too?
Yes.
Yes.
And I gotta think with the state course, I know talking to a few of you before, hearing a few of you talk to each other before we got on air here, you were talking about how you like the layout, but maybe the pressure of just being in state kind of added to the difficulty of the course itself.
Yeah.
Now, Coach, is there anything different going into state preparation-wise that you did than, say, going into sectional, regional, or just the normal weekend invitational?
Pretty normal, actually. I mean, we had a good plan going in, going all the way back to, Kinley Lingenfelder's days with Lyle. She made it 3 times as an individual to Prairie View there where we played state, and so we always had good notes from our practice rounds, and they changed the course here and there, but essentially it's the same course that Kinley had. So when Ava and Olivia made it last year, Dan and I, Coach Dan Bailey and I, pulled out those notes and edited them some, and because of different yardages and stuff, and a couple different bunkers from Kinley's days. And last year, got back to the hotel, I edited it, printed it out, and that's exactly what I gave the girls this year. It was essentially the same golf course, same yardages, so no, I tried to make it as normal as we could. In practice we may work on hitting some longer shots, because the state finals course is going to play about 5,700 yards, whereas a lot of the courses we play throughout the year and girls tournaments are the low 5,000s in high school. For IGA events in the summer that a lot of these girls will play in, Some of the bigger ones, they stretch it out there to 55, 5,600. So it's not something that they've never played, but maybe that week is state finals. We're working on longer irons and hybrids and par fours instead of pitching wedges and 9 irons. So.
Now for the state, I assume you went down the day before for a practice round.
Yeah, so we the first round was on Friday, so we went down, had a practice round Thursday afternoon, and they set the course aside for, you don't have anybody else out there except for high school teams, and they've got everything set up, you know, where the tees would be, so we played that, had a really good practice round, I thought, and then got them something to eat, back to the hotel, start relaxing, and yeah, trying to keep them calm, but that's kind of a difficult thing to do for some of them. But no, I knew that. I told them, you know, one of the last things I told them, I said, every girl out here is nervous. Every girl's nervous, so it's okay to be nervous, but it's who handles those nerves is going to, you know, do the best. And you know, for us to go down there and, you know, there's 18 teams. It's a one-class sport. We're going against all big boys. And for us to be in the top 15, finish 12th, tied for 12th, is a huge accomplishment, and so incredibly proud of how they did. So.
And I know, talking with you before we went on air, you think that if your math's correct, this was the 40th season that you've coached overall in golf?
Yeah,
boys, girls, middle school, high school.
My quick math, so yeah, if you add up the girls' middle school, boys' seasons, I think it's 40 seasons total.
What's one thing that sticks out, the difference between coaching boys and girls?
Honestly, girls are more coachable.
Yep.
You know, I was incredibly lucky and spoiled when I coached the boys. I had some very, very talented teams that you were a part of as well. Some great kids that were really, really fine players. But sometimes with a few of them, not you, but with a few of them, you try to help them, and they're like, I already know that. Okay, well then go do it, you know. So, but the girls, I think, listen better. They, you know, and to see, going back and looking at some of the stats through the years with girls, and even some of our winning scores for TRC and invites and whatnot, the girls' golf game in Indiana has come a long way. I mean, it is uber competitive, and the scores are getting better and better and better every year with all the teams around the state. And it's crazy to see that evolve over time and how much better it is. And that's just a testament to the programs we have around the state, the IGA, our Marshall County Tour, our Little City Tour, our golf course, Round Barn Golf Club. You know, Lyle did a tremendous job with the kids, very supportive. Now Lee Cutting is out there, and he is super supportive with the girls. Anything they need, you know, he's helping them out. And so we are, when we look at other schools and teams around our area and even the state, we're super lucky to have the community support and the golf course support and the city support. The mayor came out and wished the girls luck on Wednesday, I think, before practice. So, you know, that's never happened before. That was awesome. And so we're extremely lucky and fortunate to be in the situation we're in.
Yeah, had the fire truck arrival in town.
Yeah, the girls like that. Yeah. Chris Brown was all about, you know, escorting us, and then, you know, we had the sheriff's department, city police, SRO, other fire department. They made it very, very special for us, and something that these girls will remember for a long time. I mean, one of the coolest things I had was when we were coming back from regionals, coming down 110 and getting up to 31. And I knew I was supposed to swing by Brownie's house and pick up the fire truck or pick him up, and nope, they were waiting right there at 31 because Notre Dame had a home game and they wanted to shut down 31 for us, so they did. The sheriff's department did it for us to get across safely because it was pretty busy, and so that's kind of cool trying to bus across the 31, you know. And then then following them in. So yeah, a lot of great memories, not only for them but for the parents and,
Sure.
and me and Dan as well. So
Chad, think back to your first year coaching.
okay, yeah.
What's changed?
Well, the coaching rules have changed. You know, and my very first season of coaching golf was the boys at LaVille in the spring of 2001, and then that fall I came back to coach at Rochester or teach at Rochester, and 2 weeks before the season started, Mark Miller called and said, "Hey, I need a girls golf coach." Jana Vance who's our superintendent now, was the girls coach, and she was getting into administration, so she stepped down and said, "Sure." So I've been doing it ever since. But one of the things, and it's gone through changes, but used to be that you couldn't talk to them at all during their round. Then they went to you could only talk to them in between golf holes, so I couldn't talk to them when they're playing, just in between holes. Then they went, you could talk to them everywhere. Used to be for many years you only had one coach, and then a couple of years ago in the middle of the season they said now you can have two coaches. So thankfully I had Dan there with me, and he stepped in and did that. So it's gone through some different changes, and then I would say, just like I said before, the competition has come so far. I mean, there's so many good players around the state, both boys and girls. It is just incredible to see some of these kids. They're very athletic. We got some great athletes behind me here, but you see some of the girls and the guys. They're very focused on that. Getting stronger, faster, and they hit the ball so far.
Kind of one thing that I want to try to hit on too. Sorry, Tanner.
Oh, you're all right.
I'm just thinking of some questions that maybe some listeners might be thinking. We're talking 5 girls, 2 coaches, on a course that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's not basketball where you're right in front of you and you've got 5 coaches on the bench and
Mm-hmm.
everybody can yell. How do you and Dan manage to be able to watch all 5 and help?
Well, thankfully Dan and I know the courses pretty well that we play. We know the holes that we want to be on, so we'll usually start there. For example, at Sandy Pines at regionals, I knew I wanted to be on hole 2. It's a par 5, but it's kind of a short dog leg over the pond. You can't see where your ball's landing, so just making sure the girls know what, and they all knew what they were going to hit off the tee, but just remind them of their line. Then we go to skip ahead to hole 6. We got to have somebody there. Just knowing that, and we'll station each other there. Like he would go then to the next hole, and we'd just kind of keep jumping ahead to the holes. And then every now and again, somebody's struggling, so you try and maybe be around them a bit more. And I'm one of those that, if Ava probably knows this better than anybody, if they're playing well, I don't even talk. I don't talk to them. Same thing with Olivia. When they got it going, I'm staying out of the way. And I saw Kevin Haughs a few weeks ago, and we were reminiscing, and I learned a huge lesson coaching wise. Sometimes you can overcoach, and it was his junior year, I think, at TRC at Mystic Hills. He was playing really well. Ryan Johnson, who was a senior, was playing really well. Kevin gets to number 18 at Mystic Hills. I don't know if you remember 18. Yeah, short par 4 uphill. And of course, Kevin was always go for broke. He pulled driver. I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. Maybe we hit an iron out there and keep it safe. He agreed. He was a great kid, very coachable. But I knew, he pulled out an iron, wasn't totally committed to it. Flared it right, made bogey or double bogey. Ryan Johnson wins the TRC individually. We won it as a team, but right then and there, I knew I got to know my players, and I got to know when to shut up. So sometimes, with Ava, she loves the driver too, and there's a few times, what do you want to hit here? Driver, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm biting my tongue, So anyway, yeah, it's interesting to I've evolved a lot as a coach, I guess.
I got one last question for each lady here. It's kind of a 2-parter. What's your favorite club to hit, And what was the reason why you started playing golf?
My favorite club to hit is probably driver because I love I love the challenge of trying to get in the fairway, and I also love putter because why not? I love putter stuff. I started playing golf because my dad coaches and got me into it since I could walk, so I was always with the teams and everything.
My favorite club is my 5 hybrid. I'm one of the best at hitting that, so that's my favorite. And the reason that I got into golf is just because I grew up with it because my dad played a lot and he kind of introduced me to it, and then I fell in love with it. So
My favorite club is my 5-iron, which it was like a newly favorite club because I just learned how to hit it, and it's like one of my favorite clubs to hit because I hit it good. And
She
then,
nukes it.
and the reason I got into golf was 6th grade, and it was like just to try a new sport, and then I learned that I'm kind of good at this sport, so I just went with this sport and tried.
My favorite club is probably my 6-iron because it's just a comfortable club that I can hit anywhere basically. And then I started playing golf last year because Lexi was playing it and she was my friend and I needed something to do, so I just joined it, and I really like it because of the girls and it's fun. So.
My favorite club's probably my 60-degree or my driver. I hit them. I don't know. I just hit them the best. And then I started playing golf because we live right across from the golf course, and my dad always played.
Very good answers. I like different club selections across the board, so that means definitely a good team. So, well, ladies, thanks for joining me this morning. Thanks again on a fantastic season, and good luck going forward in the rest of your careers. And Coach, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
thank you.
Good luck to you too.
Ted, wait. Trivia question.
We
Did
got a
you guys
trivia
know?
question
Did
right
you know
here.
the answer?
Caramel.
What high school has the most IHSAA Girls Golf State Championships? Evansville North, Martinsville, Penn, or Carmel?
Carmel came to my gut first, but
My first guess was Martinsville. They had a run
But-
there that was just
yeah, Martinsville did have a run,
ridiculous.
so
But
I'm going to go with my gut.
Carmel won the last few years. It's between those two. I know that much.
It is Martinsville with 11.
Yes.
Their last one was in 2009, but they had a stretch. They won 6 straight.
Okay.
Yep.
What's
there.
Carmel got?
So Carmel's is 6. Their second place was
Yeah.
6. So, and
That was good.
we'll close with some words of wisdom here from Bobby Jones. Competitive golf is played mainly on a 5.5-inch course, the space between your ears.
Awesome. Ladies, congratulations again. Thank you. Chad, congratulations, and have a great off
Yeah.
season.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Tanner, we'll talk to you and
Yep.
Todd again next
We'll be
week.
here. Thanks, Randy.